Warning: the following podcast has been performed by complete idiots. Under no circumstances should anyone attempt this level of idiocy in their own home. Please also note that listening to the following episode may result in mild confusion, occasional laughter, and an overall loss of brain cells. So, without further ado, welcome to the OCP, the original Copycats podcast.
Being a bitch.
Being
a bitch.
Latest song on Spotify.
Being a bitch. Oh, God.
You right?
So, have you ever played Mario Kart?
I have.
What is one of the biggest things that separates Mario Kart from any other racing game, other than it being Mario characters?
I would say go-karts and stuff.
Okay, wow. What about the game specifically, bar the go-karts, bar their vehicle?
Okay.
What is it about the game that separates it from any other racing game? Let's say you put Forza and Mario Kart there. The grand concept's the same, but what is different that makes them too special? What's one of the biggest advantages of playing Mario Kart?
You can play with your friends, but then you can play Forza with your friends.
I'm not saying with friends.
Biggest advantages. Oh, you can throw shit at people. No.
So, we went to this go-karting place, yeah, we went to this go-karting place. Fuck, shut up. It's too warm to be dealing with your
I wasn't
shit.
even laughing at that, but yeah, carry on.
We went go-karting yesterday for my dad's birthday.
Okay.
It was a surprise. It was really nice, and he really enjoyed it. And I booked something called combat karts. Now, I thought that combat was just like you're racing. It's a combat, you know what I mean?
Okay.
There was nothing in the small print about any boosters. Okay? Boosters.
Like nitrous oxide.
No. Yes, bro. So we go in for our safety briefing, and I'm seeing the map in front of me, and at the bottom it says like special pickups or something like that.
Yeah.
And then we get to watch a 5-minute video to explain it, and about 3/4 of the way through it goes into these special pickups.
Okay.
There's bomb, there's rockets, there's speed boost, blue shell, a shield. Yeah, it's Mario Kart but with go-karts. Okay. And what happens is you drive under these blue lights that shine on specific parts of the course. Okay. And it activates an ability for your kart to use.
That's mental.
And what happens is there's a button by your thumb. Yeah. You push it and it'll activate whatever ability you've unlocked. Okay. So rockets, you fire it, it drastically slows down the person you've hit. You got booster, you push it, and for as long as that orange bar is there, it depletes. You've got a speed boost, and you're going faster than everybody else.
Mate, this sounds sick.
It's sick as fuck. I want to take you guys there, but you guys are like, oh, it's all expensive. I don't know what I'm getting. Well, it's not a surprise anymore. You know what you're getting.
Oh, is
now.
that what you were on about? Mate.
I was going to have that all a surprise for you, but you
I'm buzzing for it.
No, well, obviously, I've spoken to Courtney in person. Brad's not mentioned anything about wanting to do it at all. And your first complaint was, well, I don't want to pay that much if I don't know what I'm getting. So there you go. You know what you're getting now.
All right. Yeah, I'm well in for that.
Yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
It was good. I can't guarantee it'll just be us four, obviously, because there is like a 10-person limit on races. So we might be with other people.
Racists.
Races, you knobheads. But it was really good fun. It caught me off guard a lot. It is annoying because no matter how good you are at driving the karts, because I was getting the corners quite well. Obviously, I'm a big guy, so there's a lot of effort I've got to put in. And this kart's fucking obviously put into his limits. But then I would catch up with somebody, then Richard behind me would shoot me the rocket. He'd just keep getting rockets, and then I'd somehow keep ahead of him by cutting in tight to the corners, and then we'd go over another blue light and he'd get another rocket. So there I go again, I'm being slowed down again. So it had no idea, it didn't matter how good of a racer you were. That's the only downside.
You got to keep an eye on like what's behind you then, I guess.
Oh,
do you have mirrors?
No, God no. You do get told. It gives you a little warning when somebody's locked onto you and shit. Like, it's mental. I'd been planning this. My dad doesn't celebrate his birthday. He doesn't do his own birthday. It's not a big special day for him. Yeah. And it's been like that since we were kids. But obviously my mum gets a lot of parties. She gets a lot of, it's a big spectacle for Mum, which is fair. She deserves it. So I thought this time it's going to be different. I want to plan something for my dad.
Yeah.
So me and Amy discussed the idea of go-karting and all that. I set it all up. I booked it all. I paid for it all that good stuff. And so two of his best mates were there, Dave and Pete.
Old Dave and Pete.
Huh?
What?
They're all a Dave and Pete, did you say?
Good old Dave.
Good
and
old
Pete.
Dave and Pete. That's proper, like, middle-aged men names, isn't it, really? Yeah, sorry, Dave, but middle-aged.
He's getting there.
He's there. He was there 10 years ago. So Dad's on the maps at this point because he's routing me through this like business park to get us to the go-karting place. And he's like, I'm having a look now because I'm quite curious. We're close. And he sees the building. He's like, oh, go-karting. He's thinking it's just me and him going go-karting at this point because nobody else is with us.
Yeah.
And he sees Chris's car. And obviously, if you know, Chris's bright green bloody Kia. So he's like, hang on, that's Chris's car. And he looks and he sees a crowd of people up front of the building. And obviously he's like, oh, shit, everybody's here. And I pull up deliberately around the front so he could see them all. Yeah. And he sees Dave and he's like, oh my fucking God, that's Dave. I'm like, yeah. Pete, at this time, Pete and my dad have been best friends nearly as long as we've been best friends. Okay. So Pete's doing his fucking shoes up at the time my dad's arrived. So he hasn't even seen Pete yet. And then Pete stands up. He's like, how the fuck have you got Pete out here? Oh yeah, so it
sounds lovely.
I saw a different side of my dad, like just that excited childlike persona of my dad. Yeah. And then when he was in the karts, it just felt like my dad's very good at, obviously he's got a lot on his plate at the moment, but he's very good at bottling it up, keeping it to one side and not letting it affect him. Classic man. And but it was just nice to see him just loosen up and just go full out. I thought he was going to get us banned from the place because of his driving style. Yeah, he was like, this is go-karting. I said, Dad, if I was...
Reversing everybody.
No, he would get into the tightest gaps and then just push us out of the way.
Oh, I see.
I was like, Dad, did you not see the safety briefing?
There's no bumping.
It does say no bumping.
Shoot rockets at people.
I was like, yeah. I was like, this is under my name. You're going to get me banned for life. I want to come back here. But they were getting away with it. So by the time I'd realised that I'm going to do that shit too, it was too late. Everybody else had already become like manic idiots.
Race was over. You were the only one on the track. Like, wow, I can't bump anyone.
Richard pit manoeuvred me at the end, though, little prick. He tried to. Anyway, I counted it. Yeah, knobhead. But no, it was really good fun. Like I said, I got to see a different side of my dad and just the way how excited and giddy he was, when we're actually out there. And I think I'm going to do that as a yearly thing for my dad, I think, something like that. So next year could be quad biking and Segway riding, or the UK's longest zip line in Wales. I think that might be something I know he wants to do that. Yeah. Or straight back to go-karting, because that was we were there for an hour. And I was like, shit, it's going to go so quick. You know what? Every second you're out on the course, it was just so good. It didn't feel like an hour. I felt like we were there for a lot longer than an hour.
Cool.
So it's a really like weird reverse. It's like time flies when you're having fun.
Except this so much.
Yeah. Well, no. It's different. It's like, this is so much fun that time slows down. Oh. You're like, ooh. 1 minute you're told you've got 15 laps. So you do 5 practice laps to get used to the karts, which you do need because it's fucking mental. That's when Dad was going erratic, by the way. Dad on the practice laps. Yeah. I was like, Dad, we're not even qualifying right now. Calm down. And then, so we do 5 practice laps. You go back in the pits and then they start you and they get you up on the top level. It's multi-tiered.
Nice.
And you get into your positions and then your race starts from there. 15 lap race at the start, and that's your qualifying, so you want to get your best position you can there. And then 20-minute break, and then you go back in and you start off in the positions you were last time, and that's the race then. That's when it all goes mad. So it's very good fun. It's just the downside to all those abilities that we got is, again, like you say, you get caught at the back. If you're at the back, no matter how good of a racer you are, Richard just kept just shitting on me. Like, everybody at the front are getting things like shields or stuff that wouldn't slow your speed down. You get hit with a rocket, you're slowing down. Yeah. The only way we can attack them is with a blue fucking rocket, which goes straight to first place. Nice. And it slows them down. But if you're at the back in the later stages, you're fucked, really.
That's a really cool concept. I never even thought about. Imagine how many things you could translate from a video game into real life.
That'd be mad.
It would be mad.
Yeah, but I didn't.
GTA.
No, you can. You're lucky. Nobody's nicking your car, so you're good. But I didn't read none of it was in the small print. There was nothing about it about having special abilities on the course. Really? The first time I heard about it was in the safety briefing.
Oh, shit.
My dad was asking me, because he noticed the signs on the walls. It's like, this way to combat carts. He's like, what, are we doing fucking Mario Kart or something? I was like, not that I know of, Dad. And we go up to the safety briefing and they're like, rockets, bombs and shields.
Banana.
Oh, my dad did make that joke. He's like, oh, there's me forgetting about my banana. It's like, classic 46-year-old humour there. Love you, Dad. But yeah, that was my day yesterday. There's no power steering. So when you're whipping these go-karts around, you are literally using all your strength to get these go-karts around these corners. My arm is absolutely destroyed right now.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, there's a lot of, and obviously I've put in a lot of weight on the go-karts. That's a lot of weight I'm having to shift. But fuck me, is it fun though, bro? I honestly, well, now hopefully you guys will, buck your ideas up when we go karting. But yeah, that's
I'd be down for that.
That was my experience with that. I've
been go-karting before, but not like that, obviously. Yeah. But we went to one in Reading.
That's where we went.
Oh, the multi-tier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's two courses. So there's one that's combat karts and one that's normal racing.
Ah, right, okay.
So if you've not done that, you're on the other one.
Yeah.
They connect, and you can open it up to one big circuit. But when I go up, that other track is down below, and vice versa, and stuff like that. So
okay.
they interlock with each other. So you went to the same place, more than likely, but on the other course, on the left-hand side course instead of the right-hand side course.
Yeah.
We should probably do one thing though before we continue.
What?
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the OCP.
Well, I was going to do
the original Copycats podcast.
This, but yeah.
Yeah, I just realised how long we've been recording for without actually saying it. You can say it again in a minute. Anyway, what were you going to say? One more thing.
Yeah, I went and they did the 5-lap thing at the start.
Yeah.
And we had this elderly woman that was in there, and she could not drive, and she was holding everyone up. And we're all trying to get past her, and she's just swerving. We're like, what are you doing? Trying to warm your tyres up or something? And then she's trying to go up the ramp, and she didn't put enough gas on it. So she's like, straight back down.
No.
And then whenever there was like an accident or something, you obviously had to
it slows
stop
it down.
And it slows it down. An accident happened whilst I was climbing the ramp. And so it slowed me down, and I started going back down. And I'm like,
I didn't.
What the fuck? And I crashed into this person behind me, and they were like, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, I didn't mean to do it.
Yeah, we'll get you in the combat karts. I think you'd enjoy that.
Oh, it'd be good.
Yeah.
Whip out a baseball bat. Do you ever play Road Rash, I think it was called, on the PS1?
Oh, probably with you.
It was like a motorbike game, and you had to beat the people up when you were driving past them. It was really good.
Probably with you.
Probably. Anyway, welcome back to the OCP, the original Copycats podcast. How are you all doing? I don't know why I looked at that camera.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Hello.
Leave my camera alone, you bitch.
Oh, right. I have got a story for you, Josh. It's to do with the paranormal. Which, July, paranormal, go hand in hand. Anyway, yeah, so it's to do with the paranormal.
Oh, yeah.
And an experience I had recently that I cannot explain.
So you've told me bare minimum, but I'm struggling to believe you. And I love you to pieces, and even I can't believe you.
Okay, I've told you nothing.
I know, yeah, and I already don't believe you.
Okay, right. So, Gloucester Prison. A site that has witnessed countless horrors, whether that's the incarceration of notorious criminals such as Fred West or Herbert Rouse Armstrong, or the hundreds of executions that took place around the grounds from 1792 to 1939. With so much death and unhappiness in the air, it's no wonder that the guards have reported hearing mysterious cries, screams and cell doors slamming from inmates that just aren't there. It remains to this day one of the most paranormally active prisons in the world.
I don't believe that at all. Don't believe that at all.
So, I went
just quickly before,
Okay.
there was a prison. You know when you're turning your TV on and it naturally just wants to put normal programs on for you before you then decide to go onto YouTube or whatever bollocks.
Yeah.
Well, it put us onto a strictly paranormal channel.
Strictly paranormal.
Strictly. There's
Bruce Forsyth's
it
back.
was. Good to see you back, Bruce. No, it was just paranormal, like shows.
Yeah.
And this one was two blokes and two women. They go around these prisons and all that.
Okay.
And this episode in particular is in a prison.
Right.
And they're on the catwalk on the first floor of the prison with the cells.
Mm-hmm.
And in the bottom right corner, they've got the woman's perspective of what they're also searching for. Okay? They've started at separate ends of the prison.
Yeah.
And they've met up without knowing about it. Okay? So you've got the blokes here.
What's up?
Yeah, you're on the right paths here, okay? So they're not. I'm not saying that they're making shit up. Okay, I couldn't because I've got no proof that it's not true, and I've got no proof that it is true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what was happening is that the blokes would be on the first floor catwalk, checking all the cells, you know, saying the really cringy shit like if anybody's here, show themselves, all that fun stuff. Yeah, which I know you're going to go into in a minute. And then they would hear a door slam from downstairs. So these middle-aged to later stages of men would go running downstairs. Where's that? Did you just hear that door shut? And if you just had a little peek in the right-hand corner, which they've edited together, it's one of the women. They've shut the door because they've accidentally come through to that section of the prison. And they spend the next 5 to 10 minutes trying to get it to recreate the noise, but the women have already gone to different parts of the prison by this point.
Oh my god!
But it did happen 2 or 3 times where the women had gone back to the same place they were at before because they thought they'd heard a noise, and it was the blokes. So it was just a cycle of of the women making the blokes shit themselves and vice versa.
Well, hopefully it's not that.
I mean, I'm not making any promises, bro. It could be.
Oh dear. Wow. I went to Gloucester Prison, which was an experience led by the most haunted experienced team. I've always kind of fancied doing one of these ghost hunts.
You have, yeah.
And I was always a bit hesitant about it because, you know, like you see all these things with Ouija boards and all this and like stuff going wrong.
The Ouija board? Have you not seen the same guy that goes Pragananant? He does a Ouija board one.
Oh, yeah.
The Luigi board? Can somebody tell me where to get a Luigi board? You'll just go, wah!
That's Waluigi, isn't it?
No, that's a deeper.
What's the ghost? It's like, huh.
You lost me now, mate. I don't know. What did the ghost make? Apparently you fucking saw one.
So, I kind of had...
Ghost just turns up, just screams, Brexit means Brexit. Vanishes.
I've kind of had second thoughts about doing it for a long time because you never know what you're going to run into or if anything weird's going to happen.
Was it dark?
Yeah, it was pitch black.
Anything then. Doors and walls.
Yeah.
Staircase.
Yeah.
Railing.
Floor.
Whoever, your companions. Could have walked into either one of them.
Maybe. So, moving on. Yeah, so I went to this thing. It was very ominous. Now I'm going to put up some pictures and stuff for the visual.
Can you show me the pictures?
I can show
I've not
you
seen it.
Yeah.
So at the times that you're going to be popping the video, sorry if the structure of this episode's a bit slow or whatever, because I'm seeing these pictures for the first time as well. So the same pictures that Alex is going to flash up on screen now for the visual watchers is what I'm about to see myself for the first time.
So we went to this prison and it was raining and miserable and cloudy.
Perfect day for it.
Yeah. Very ominous.
Let's have a look.
This was the outside.
Let's have a look. Oh, they're already prepared. There's a couple ambulances. Ambulance. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty daunting there.
And that one there.
Oh, proper prison that.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it closed down in 2013. So it's still
recent.
got quite a lot of the mod cons in there.
Yeah.
Mod such
cons.
as a stair lift.
Oh, right, okay.
That kind of thing.
Who the fuck?
So,
is that for the warden?
So we went into this lunch hall kind of area where they would originally have the visitors.
Lunch? Oh.
and just a canteen kind of area.
Yeah.
And it just looked like a community centre. And you're like, right, okay, this is not scary at all. And we went off looking around there, standard sort of room, nothing interesting. Although they did have that in there, which was a
Is that a model
map,
of the prison?
mopple of the
A mopple of the prison. Again, Alex will have this up for you. It's pretty fucking big, isn't it?
Yeah, it's massive. We stayed in there for a while, and they gave us a briefing of what was to be expected, and they said, don't be disappointed if nothing happens, because sometimes that
Covering
does
their
happen.
ass, yeah.
Yeah.
Did they say anything about like people getting impaled and shit?
No,
So no, nothing getting thrown at you.
that's different to getting impaled.
No, I'm listing shit.
They said that stuff might happen, but they said it was very generic. It was
Yeah,
very
because a certain
specific.
few friends of ours have recently gone on a ghost tour,
Okay.
and their ghost tour guides mentioned that somebody had been impaled by one of the ghosts.
Well, that didn't happen.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if they correlated, and maybe it's prison dependent.
It could be.
Yeah.
That seems very drastic.
Yeah.
So we were in this lunch hall, and so we were told that some stuff might happen, but it wasn't very specific. It was just.
I was going to ask, was there any that seemed more drastic than you anticipated in the? Because I'm assuming that they can only warn people of things that have happened in the past. So that's what I was kind of hoping for. They might come to you.
They didn't mention anything specific. They just said
Something
you may experience some strange things tonight. You may
Yeah.
not. Please don't take this as like a blanket thing of all ghost experiences, because each and every one is different.
Yeah.
And it's about how you feel, and it's a personal thing to you. So I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Now, I want to stress that you know me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm like.
Unfortunately.
I get anxious about things very easily,
Yeah.
and to the point where I talk myself out of stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And I just overall quite a nervous person sometimes. Was not nervous at all for this.
Oh.
Not a single butterfly anywhere, right? Now, I was sat there thinking, nothing's going to happen. This is pointless. Why am I here? Kind of thing. And I was more interested. Someone playing the flute out there.
That's ghosts. They're communicating.
So I was more interested in the prison aspect and
The
looking around it.
architecture.
The
Yeah.
architecture and
That's a bit of you, that.
the urban exploring element of it, because
Yeah.
as you know, and as some viewers and listeners may know, I did a YouTube channel back in the day where I wanted to have a look around abandoned places. Now, it never really worked out, because half the places I went to weren't abandoned.
You got kicked out, yeah. What are you doing here?
Get off the train track. But so I thought, okay, this is going to be great.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I couldn't make it a video because they don't like people filming stuff. We left the lunch hall and we went into what was called A Wing, which was essentially just, if you picture
Next to another A-wing.
Star Wars. If you picture like a...
Someone playing a fucking flute. You shit, mate.
Oh dear. So we went into this place, and essentially it's like, if you picture a prison from back in the day, like the 60s, you've got the main staircase that goes up in the middle, and then you've got the walkways around
Okay.
the cells,
Yeah.
and all that, and it's blue and white, that classic sort of
Oh.
prison look,
Yeah,
Oh, fucking hell.
Typical white and blue.
That is the picture. Ignore in the corner.
The safety net. Oh, yeah. Well, if you're going to dox his face, you're going to have to blur him. Yeah, they've got the safety, the suicide net.
Yep.
Yeah. It's very well lit.
Yeah. Wasn't for long, because they turned the lights off.
Fucking morons. Worried about the electricity costs? Oh, it's good. Yeah.
Right.
Proper.
So, there's some more pictures there if you...
Oh, yeah, let me have
them.
You keep saying, again, these will pop up. Alex is making his life so fun today.
So we were in there just having a look around, and we got split into 2 groups, 1 and 2, and that's later on.
I'll leave that. Yeah.
So in our group, there were about, I want to say,
It's good that.
15. No, I'd say more than that. I'd say about 20 people. or
Oh,
so
okay.
in this group,
Yeah.
and we then got split again, so it was 10 in each. Quick maths.
You've
And
done now.
they said at the start, they were like, right, if there's anyone that doesn't feel comfortable with doing like Ouija boards or table tipping, anything like that, which I'll get to in a minute,
Yeah.
please say now. Sorry, I just spat everywhere there. Please say now, or forever hold your peace.
Oh.
And I was like, I'm not sure if I feel comfortable with doing
With
that
the
kind of
Ouija
thing.
board, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it's just, you hear some weird things about them. But there were these 2 really fit girls in our group. And I was like, no, I'm going to look like a man in front of these. And so I didn't.
In front of these objects.
So I didn't say no, basically. I carried on.
What were the ages of these fine women?
Legal.
That's still not great for your age, fella.
So we were in the A-wing,
Yeah.
and the leader said, right, we're going to turn the lights off in a minute.
Yeah, is that?
No, it was a different place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
So they turned the lights off.
Yeah.
And they explained that they had all these different devices. This was before they turned the lights off, actually.
We're gonna turn the lights off. Right, we got these devices.
So
Whoa.
they said, right, we've got Gary the Bear, which was a big fluffy toy, and if it was touched at all, it would light up.
It would light up. Yeah, I've heard about them.
And you had cat balls, which were little toys
With bells
that-
in.
No bells.
Oh.
It was just if you touched it, then it lit up and sparkled. And
Sparkled.
And then you had a torch, which was really sensitive. It also a touch-based thing. You had a light box, which had a big metal rod coming out of it. So if anything came within that proximity, it would detect it and start whirring and making all sorts of weird noises and lighting up. And the lights correlated to how close something was to it. So it would go like green, yellow, purple, red, or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember. But there's a mixture of colours on this light box. And if you touched the rod, it would go mental. And also it would detect temperature change with a high-pitched noise. You also had a small torch that shone a green light grid, so that if anything walked into that light grid, it would show, and all this. Now, I also want to stress that I didn't think anything was going to happen, as I said before.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah. It was one of those things that when I was talking to the person I went with about doing it, I was like, yeah, that'll be fun. It'll be an interesting experience, and maybe I'll get a story out of it to tell people.
Yeah.
When I was there, I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, it's a bit
Like,
insane. Did you pay money for this?
Yeah,
How much?
about 49 quid, I think.
It's an odd number, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe
That
50.
is like scam. Really? That's on
So-
par with the people that you're trying to rent buildings from.
Didn't have to speak to their dad, though, through email. So
as far as you know.
maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
So they put this bear down
Yeah.
on the stairs and turned the lights off. And sweet dreams, what a beautiful nightmare.
Either way.
Turn the lights off.
I think it's I don't want to wait. Turn the lights off.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. I just guessed.
Turn the lights off.
Fuck's sake.
Does it turn the lights on? It don't matter. Anyway,
You can twist it however you want, mate. It's a cover.
lights are turned off. So
Off to turn the lights.
that's where she went.
Oh, what the fuck? I'm just taking this off with my neck rolls.
You don't want to say it, but this has gone to shit.
That's where she went. It's not gone to shit. This is the OCP, brother. You ain't gonna. If we got a serious story out of it, it'd just be you talking.
Right. So they put this bear down on the stairs, and they were.
I'm sorry, you can't catch me off guard like that and expect me to just continue as normal. Oh, go on.
So we put the bear down on the stairs.
Yeah.
And the leader was like, right, what we're going to do is we're going to go around the group and introduce ourselves. Now I'm thinking,
Bit late now,
fuck
isn't
you
it?
know.
My name's Alex.
We're going to talk about one thing that we're interested in. So we get around the group and it comes to me and I'm like, hello, I'm Alex. And I just felt like an idiot saying that to an empty room. And all of a sudden other people start talking, like going...
Pricks.
If there's anyone in the room, can you make the bear light up or touch one of the light balls? Or
Whilst you're introducing yourself?
No, once we've finished.
Oh, thank God. It sounded like you were just being an absolute prick.
Bitch.
They know even in the dark you're a pussy. So they're like...
So, this one woman's like, if there's anyone here, can you please slam a door or something like that? And I'm like,
it's quite aggressive
God,
instruction,
yeah,
that.
Why would you do that?
Go
That's
from
gonna be
touching
scary
a bear
as shit.
to, slamming a door.
Or can you, like, touch one of us or something like this? And I'm like...
I mean, if you were a ghost.
I mean, I'll take what I can get. So, nothing happens for
Of
a
course.
while.
A
And
long
that's
time.
basically the story of this story.
Until they
is
got the stick to prod everything with in the dark. Yeah.
in the guy in the green suit. So then one other person says, is there a prisoner here or is there a guard or something like that? And the light from the bear starts lighting up. And I'm stood next to this bear and I'm thinking, how's it done that then? Because there was no movement, no one touched it. And I thought, I reckon someone's got a bloody controller,
That's what I was
like
thinking,
a remote control
yeah.
or something, because that was really convenient. And as the night went on, the bear kept lighting up in different places and all that, but we'll get to that. So we're in this room for about 5-10 minutes maybe, and it's cold.
Yeah.
Like freezing cold.
Perfect temperature then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm only wearing my grey jacket that I've got up there, which you probably can't see.
Yeah.
And some trousers, and that's basically it. I'm not wearing a jacket or anything that's really warm.
Yeah.
So I can feel the cold a lot. And I'm sort of just looking around the room, thinking, this is pretty cool. Bit weird, but pretty cool. We move on from there to the kitchens. And when we go to the kitchens, we're told that this is where the gallows used to be, where they would hang people. And they converted it into a kitchen.
I was going to say, it's an odd place to hang people, isn't it?
Yes. So
I wasn't making a joke, that's a statement.
I was trying to think of a comeback that I couldn't think of.
I just thought the kitchen would be a weird place before you said they converted it into a kitchen. I was like,
So
just
apparently,
imagine them making the soup and having to push out bodies out of the way. Like, fucking... Why couldn't they
it's like the
killed
pigs
Susan
hanging
and
from the
fucking-
ceiling.
Yeah, exactly. Why couldn't they killed fucking Mark down in the other wing? Why is he fucking in the kitchen? And he's a fat as well, so he's just dicks hitting him in the head.
Just vomited in the soup.
Well, Mark,
Yeah.
he's dead.
Yeah, you relax, don't you? When
Then you shit yourself. How's gravity forcing shit up through his mouth? That Mark's...
just hung him by his feet. All right.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. All right, I'll give you that.
Canon.
He's not dead, but...
So they said that
It's
there
canon.
was... They said that about 13 people had been buried under the floor in the kitchens. And I was like, oh, that's pretty grim. Why would you do that? Why not just take them to an actual cemetery instead of on the prison grounds? It seems a bit weird.
Criminals.
Shout out Hardy. That's a callback, isn't it? Yeah, so they'd buried all these people under there, and apparently one of them, they don't know much about, was called Albert. And what was funny was that before I left my house, my stepdad said to me, he was like, maybe you should make up a name if you're going to do the Ouija board or something and try and play it and see if you can.
He's downstairs.
Fuck about.
I will ask him.
Yeah, he said this. And he said, why don't we come up with a name? And we came up with the name Albert Ross, because obviously it's albatross. And the fact that then this woman goes, and there was a person here that was hung called Albert. I was just like... and I started laughing. It was funnier to me.
So is dead people being buried under here funny for you, Ginger? No, you'll never get this. Before I left, my stepdad told me to make up a name, and I said Albert Ross. Oh, the pieces are coming together now for this story to be fake.
What are you on about?
That's me doing an impersonation of you talking to the lady that is asking why you find it funny that somebody's called Albert.
Great banter. So they'd been buried under there. And all around the room, there were other open rooms, like freezer rooms and stuff. And I'm like, this feels really weird in here. And you could hear a dripping tap in the background, which was strange because they turned the water off. And there was
that's so strange. Wow. Sorry, you
this is
just
gonna be a long
shat on me. You just shat on me with the fucking banter thing. I was like, well, this prick. As soon as I get
fucking time,
this opportunity, when I get one, time stripping. Yeah, carry on.
They had an open window as well, so that explained the cold temperature.
And that's weird because they just shut all the windows. So you're putting the cold temperature together with a dripping tap and an open window.
Yeah.
Was it just one open window?
Yeah. So
it's doable. How big was the room?
Big.
We don't know how
take measure out, to be honest.
No. We didn't know how big the window, how long the window had been open for. So you got a point there. I'm glad that you're coming to the conclusion it's not going to be ghosts.
Well,
necessarily.
I don't know. What did you think I went into this experience thinking, by the way?
It was bollocks.
Yeah.
And you...
So I'm going to try and start thinking of, like, scientific explanations for things.
Oh, you're not that smart. I just thought you... Hey, bollocks. Hey, your window open.
Right. So, yeah, we were in this room for a while, and as soon as we put the light box down, it started going mental, and, like, we put the bear down, that started going nuts as well on one arm. And we were like, slow down, Maurice.
What do you mean on one arm?
So wherever you touched it, it would light up in that.
Oh, it's a
thing.
fucking pedo bear.
Yeah.
It's what kids get asked to touch.
Yeah.
Oh.
So Gary was going mental on one arm. And apparently this Albert bloke liked blonde women.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
There were a couple of girls in our group, neither of which were really that blonde. But we were in there for a while just talking and trying to get this spirit to interact with us. And every time we mentioned blonde women, something would happen with this bear.
How did you get two blonde women, though?
The woman that was running it said...
Oh, she just knew that was his trigger word. Yeah.
And again, bear would light up as soon as blonde women was mentioned. And I'm thinking,
yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's odd, that, isn't it? It is odd.
Strange.
It is odd.
So I'm still not convinced at this point. You know.
At this point in time now, where we're sat, or at the time when you right? Yeah. Oh, so something still to happen.
There's loads more.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So we decide to do table tipping, which
I've not heard of yet.
So it's essentially.
Have you got a picture of anything that's up to date yet? No. Not even the dark room or anything.
No,
that's still coming.
Way later.
Apologies. Carry on.
Right. So we get this table out, and it's essentially like, you know, one of these folding tables you get for camping.
Yeah.
Like it's basically that. And what you have to do is put your hands on the table. It's better if you've got 3 at least.
Yeah.
And you're not supposed to touch it heavily. You're meant to literally just rest your fingers on it ever so gently and ask the spirit, if it's in here, can you please rock the table or make some sort of movement with it?
Mm-hmm.
And we put our fingers on it, and it did start moving. And I was like, well, this is strange, because we haven't even asked it if we can do it yet. So, prick.
Somebody's knee, innit?
Well, you've got to kind of, with these things, you've got to kind of trust that everyone's in there for the same thing. And yes, you may have somebody that's faking shit. So table tipping isn't the most
I'd
reliable.
be going in there to cause shit. I'm sorry. I'm kind of glad you didn't take me because I'd be the one like, ooh. Just
Apparently they've had people like that before, and yeah, it's not well received. But
stop spending your life searching for ghosts, saying you fucking weirdos. Not you. You've not dedicated your life.
No, but
You getting offended? Oh no.
No.
Okay. I won't talk badly about the ghost.
you don't know what's happened.
No, I don't.
So
I struggle to believe it.
Anyway, so we put our fingers on these tables.
Mm.
There's only one.
Whoa, the ghost duplicated the tables.
And the desk assist arrived.
Fuck's sake.
So, yeah, the table starts moving. We're like, this is weird. So we put one of the cat balls on there, and we put the shot glass over the cat ball so that we can't interact with the ball itself. And we say, we need you to move this glass. And so we all put a finger on the glass.
Yeah.
Now this is where it starts to get a bit strange, because, you know, it's the same thing as a Ouija board where, oh, someone's got their finger on a thing, it must be them pushing it. That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
And it was me, my mate, and some other woman that was a bit timid to come over and start doing it or whatever. And my mate was like, oh, do you want to come over and do this thing? And I'm like, not really, but no one else was doing it, so I thought, fuck it, I'll give it a go. So I put my finger on it ever so gently, and my mate said, turn your finger upside down so you've just got your nail on it, and that way you can put less pressure on it, and it's obvious if you're pressing onto it.
It's fair.
more.
Yeah.
So we were doing that.
Yeah.
None of us, I want to believe, were pushing it,
Okay.
and it starts to move ever so gently just towards my friend. And I'm like, this is a bit strange. And then it stops, and it wouldn't do anything for ages. And it seemed to be any time that the group made a joke or something like that and we all laughed, this thing would move.
Oh, he's a funny
So it was
bastard.
almost like it was feeding off the energy of us laughing. That's what people were believing. So we would try and tell more jokes, and we were all laughing and that. And it would move. Then it stopped for a good 5 minutes, and we all just stood there, and I'm thinking, fucking hell, this is it on my back. So I was leant over trying to do this thing. But then the ball starts rotating in the glass. I'm like, how the fuck is it doing that? Because none of us are touching the ball, obviously.
Yeah.
There's a wooden table underneath. None of us are under the table because it's not one that you can put your feet under, really. It's got the legs in the middle. Kind of thing. There's no magnets involved.
Sure.
So I'm
Having
like,
kids is fun.
that's right.
Yeah. So
So I'm like,
how do you know the
is
magnets were
that?
involved? Did you
It's a wooden
rub
table,
your
isn't it?
rub your
You
hand
could
on?
see the underneath of the table when it was unfolded. There was nothing underneath it.
And nobody could have snuck anything under there.
No, because you could see, because we had a torch at this point,
Oh.
so you could see what was going on, and everyone's hands were in clear view. And the ball starts rotating, and I'm like, how's it doing that? My only thought was maybe there was some sort of scientific explanation with heat, where we've got our fingers on the glass, maybe it's creating a current of heat and it's spinning the
fucking
ball.
vortex in
Something
there.
like that, yeah.
Whoa.
I highly doubt that that's a thing.
In the
but
shot
maybe-
glass. That damn
Why
there.
are you trying to put through the scientific
Because
explanation?
I can't. Because is there any science to
I
that
don't
though?
know. This is why I was confused.
I'm just going to shit on it all because it's
That's
fun.
fine.
No,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not
Go-
shitting on you.
Go
though.
for it.
Oh,
No, that's
yeah.
all right.
Yeah, because I don't believe it. I
know you don't.
can't
And
physically. I need to see it.
Didn't until stuff
The spinny
started
ball.
happening, and I'm a bit confused now as to where I stand.
Was spinny ball the start?
Start, yeah.
The start of the question.
Because I couldn't explain that. I was like, well, this
How
is
fast
strange.
was it spinning?
Reasonably fast. I haven't got anything that I can spin really, but yeah, reasonably fast. Think like if you got
Just do your finger in a motion of how fast.
okay,
you
yeah,
think
it was literally like that sort of speed, right? And it did light up a couple of times, and I wondered whether that was because the glass had touched it.
That's a tier 4
And-
tornado there, what you just described. Yeah,
And I wondered if the glass had touched it, which would make it light up because it's touch sensitive.
maybe.
Eventually, it did move to the end of the table and it fell off.
Yeah, because I was going to say, you said that the glass was moving, so wouldn't that
Yeah.
have been touching the ball anyway?
Yes, but it was when it had stopped. That's when the ball stopped also, and it was resting against the glass, but then it started just moving.
So when the glass was moving, the ball was lighting up until it's stationary. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it moves, it gets to the end of the table, it falls off. We're all like, "Way, well done, Albert," or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, "Thank fuck for my bloody back."
Yeah.
So I can stand up now, and we all leave there.
Yeah.
And I was a bit concerned about that because I was like, "How did the ball move? That's
How was it spinning? Yeah.
very strange."
Yeah.
But anyway, I tried not to think about it too much because I was like, maybe there was a reason for it, maybe whatever.
Or maybe you didn't see him.
Maybe.
Did anybody else? So
we-
far, you the only
three
one
of us on
mentioned
the
it.
thing.
When they were like,
I'm the only one
Whoa.
that's mentioned it.
yeah.
Sorry, I'll just call the
Yeah.
other guys up.
Well, you could be like, well, my mate was like, whoa, fucking hell, this is mental. And then the timid girl was like, well, fucking hell, I don't know why I put my finger on this glass ever.
Yeah, no, other people saw it.
Okay, well, that's
So
good.
we moved into B wing after this, which was pretty much identical looking to A wing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have a picture of that on there. I've got a video later which I will put up,
Okay.
which is when we got to explore on our own
Oh.
later on. So we went into B wing, and you've got all the cells above you again, and you've got a big, massive corridor, which we've had to go up some stairs to get to, and it was railings and bars everywhere.
Yeah.
Behind me is a shower area with some cubicles in. So I go into the showers, and there's some doors that are open, some that are shut, and I'm thinking, feels a bit weird in here.
I like to think of those scenarios as like, when was the last time that door was touched by a human? You know, if the investigators or the ghost hunters haven't touched anything,
Yeah.
that last time that door was probably touched was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, so we were in this shower area, and I'm feeling a bit uneasy. I'm putting it down to the ball movement previously. And I'm thinking to myself, what if one of the doors started opening or slamming or whatever the fuck?
Shit yourself.
Yeah, it'd be creepy.
Fucking terrifying.
I left the shower area,
Yeah.
and we went into the main section, and I said to my mate, felt a bit weird in there. He said, yeah, I know what you mean. Anyway, the woman that was running the group said, right, so from what we know, there's a spirit in this section of the building that used to like taking young men into the showers. And I'm like, oh, great. And
How young? How young?
She didn't say.
You're in prison, so
Yeah, so I would imagine
18 plus.
legally aged. Yeah. So I got my back to the showers, and I'm looking at the cells, and my mate says, I think I just saw something up in that cell. The woman goes, you probably didn't, because there's seagulls nesting on the windowsills.
Oh, okay.
So any movement you see is probably their shadow from where they're affecting the moonlight.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I respect that.
Yeah, that's good.
Because she's not just gone, yes, it's a
She's not
spirit.
jumped on it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I
good.
was like, good, okay, I appreciate that. Behind her is a big, like, frosted glass window that's letting in all this moonlight, so it's illuminating the room a little bit, but not much.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're all just chatting, making jokes and laughing and all this, when all of a sudden, something touched me. And it was on my shoulder, and it just went like that, all the way down. And I would have gone, that was just a sensory hallucination because I'm in a paranoid state or whatever.
Yeah.
Had I not heard
That's
it.
good words there, by the way. That was
Thank
good. Yeah.
you.
It's the ghost of all your past lovers.
Great. So, if it was just the touch,
Yeah.
I'd have called bullshit on it. But the fact that I also heard the noise of my jacket at the same time, which I then replicated, and I went, that's the exact same fucking noise.
Oh, damn.
And so I said, I think I was just touched on the shoulder there. And she went, oh, okay, what kind of touch? And I said, like a stroke down my arm. She went, right. What's your name, sorry? I said, Alex. She goes, do you like Alex, do you? And I went, oh, fuck. Don't invite him.
God.
Like,
Yeah.
so
He's asked if you would like going south a little bit more. He's been a bit of an unlucky lad.
And I went, well, if you do, I don't blame you, mate. Like that. And everyone laughed. And I was like, yeah, fucking God, did you do this?
Yeah, he's
And
brilliant.
then everyone clapped. That happened. And I was edging towards...
Yeah. So I was edging towards Albert, hoping it was him.
I was just furiously masturbating. Yeah, I was sort of edging towards the showers. And I said, would you like me to come in the showers with you?
Oh, mate.
And I walked into the shower. And I felt rank. Because I was in there and I'm thinking, what if one of the doors closes or like something weird happens?
Or if you drop the soap or anything.
I did that anyway. Just like, oh no. How unfortunate.
Oh, Albert.
Oh, it's so big. And in high spirits, aren't you? And yeah, so nothing happened.
Is that a ghost in your pocket or you just missing me?
Yeah, so nothing happened in there, which was a shame. It was the wrong word.
You were edging to it. So.
And we moved on from there to past the chapel, which had a big mannequin in there for some reason, in a big black cloak. I don't know why it was in there, but it was freaky as shit.
That is weird.
Yeah. And we moved past there down to a corridor, which was the picture you saw earlier of
More pictures.
the corridor with the light there.
Yeah.
Right?
What is that on the floor?
So that is the bear that's lit up.
Oh, it's lit up.
And above it you can see a cat ball.
I can, yeah.
And then below it you can see a
I
torch.
can see the torch,
And
yeah.
then besides that you've got an EMF reader, which I didn't mention earlier, which is electromagnetic frequency. So
yeah.
anytime any spirit is essentially meant to have come into the room, it's meant to go woo like that with this green light.
Ah.
Um,
Yes, the picture was taken at nearly 20 to 11 at night. So, yeah, it's quite late. And
yeah, well, the whole thing went on until 2 a.m.
Shit.
from 8 o'clock. We were
Okay.
there quite a while.
I'll keep that there then, yeah.
Okay. So we'd gone to this corridor, and we were all asking the questions around the group and saying things like, oh, if there's anyone here, can you move something, and all this same sort of shit. And nothing happened in that corridor, apparently. Apparently the bear lit up, but that's about it.
The bear's lit up. But
There were little airsoft pellets all over the floor as well, and some of them were moving.
Some of them had been... What, they had an airsoft?
Yeah, they use it for airsoft.
Really?
Yeah,
That's cool
it's
as
pretty cool,
fuck.
isn't it?
That's the best way to spend your time in that prison. Why the fuck are they looking for ghosts just play airsoft?
So that was one end of the corridor.
Yeah.
That was the other.
That's fucking terrifying, isn't it?
And I shone the torch down there,
Oh, God.
and then I changed the beam.
Oh,
And yeah, that's what I was. That's fucking hell. I had my back to that essentially, and I
Oh.
was like, yeah. So I kept
Ugh.
looking over my shoulder, going.
And then somebody went like that to you, so yeah. Ugh.
So we moved from there to have a bit of a break. Went back to the community centre-y bit
yeah.
and had some food. Right. Sorry, got to interrupt quickly, just because this is going to have to be the end of part 1. Because believe it or not, this episode ended up being about an hour and a half long, so it's quite the episode. So join us again next week when we'll be doing part 2. There is plenty more to come in terms of the story, so don't worry if you don't think a lot of spooky stuff's happened just yet. You just wait. There's some stuff to happen. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed this one, and we'll catch you again next week. In the meantime, have a good one. Bye.
This is an Off the Tongue podcast.